Welcome back to e-commerce psychology, where we sift through the noise and pull out the insights that really matter for your online
That's
business.
right.
And today, we're taking a deep dive into something you, our listeners, brought to our attention in an article from back in March, the 12th to be precise, called Surprise and Delight: The Unexpected Elements That Create Brand Advocates.
Definitely a catchy title.
It is. And you know we love a good catchy title.
Absolutely.
But it also hit on something really crucial: how to transform those one-time casual shoppers into those loyal, raving fans that every e-commerce business dreams of.
Right. Those customers that don't just buy, but become true advocates.
Exactly. So that's our mission today, to unravel the psychology behind those unexpected positive experiences and figure out how you, our listeners, can weave those magical moments into your own e-commerce strategies to build that rock-solid customer loyalty.
I think what really grabbed me about the article is how it shifts the whole conversation around customer interactions. It moves beyond just meeting basic needs, just satisfying customers, to this idea of actively creating moments of delight.
I see what you mean.
It makes a strong case for how these unexpected positive gestures can trigger like these really powerful psychological responses that end up benefiting your brand far beyond just that initial interaction.
Absolutely. We're going to explore all of that, those core concepts, get into the neuroscience of it all, and of course talk about practical ways you can actually apply this thinking in your own business.
Looking forward to it.
Me too. So let's break this down. The article kicks things off by defining surprise and delight marketing. What exactly does that look like in action?
Well, at its heart, surprise and delight marketing is about, providing customers with a positive experience that goes beyond what they expect.
Okay, so exceeding expectations.
Right. It could be anything from a thoughtful little gift tucked into their order to an unexpected discount, or just, a genuinely kind gesture from your customer service team.
Makes sense.
It's about making people feel a deeper connection to your brand through these unexpected positive moments.
Got it. So it's not just about good service. It's about going that extra mile in a way that completely catches them off guard.
Precisely. That element of surprise is key because it amplifies the positive feeling and makes the entire experience more memorable.
I like how the article puts it into a historical context, too.
Yeah.
It wasn't always about going above and beyond for customers.
Right. It talks about how initially businesses were laser focused on customer satisfaction, just meeting those basic needs, making sure people got what they paid for.
Makes sense.
But as competition heated up, businesses realized that just satisfying customers wasn't enough to stand out and build real loyalty.
Right. They needed that edge.
Exactly. So the focus shifted to exceeding expectations, and surprise and delight emerged as this key tactic in that evolution.
It's a fascinating shift from a purely transactional model to one that's more about building a genuine relationship with a customer based on, positive emotions.
Absolutely. And the article backs this up with some, pretty compelling numbers. It highlights that a whopping 94% of customers who received unexpected gifts said they felt more positive about the company.
Wow, 94%. That's huge.
Yeah, it's a significant figure. And that increased positivity translates directly into, those tangible business benefits like repeat purchases and those all-important word-of-mouth referrals.
Okay, so it's not just about being nice. There's a real return on investment here.
Exactly. And that's where the psychology gets really interesting.
Right, the article goes beyond just give gifts, get happy customers, and really dives into the why behind it all.
Yeah, it delves into how our brains are actually wired to respond to these unexpected rewards.
So what's happening up there when we get a pleasant surprise?
Well, the article explains that unexpected rewards trigger a surge of dopamine. That neurochemical associated with pleasure, motivation, and even learning.
Oh, so it's like a feel-good chemical.
Exactly. And that dopamine rush creates this strong mental imprint, making these moments, way more memorable than just those routine interactions we have every day.
So the unexpected is key.
Yeah, a predictable surprise loses its impact. It's that novelty that really gets the dopamine flowing.
Interesting. So it's not just about the gift itself, but the element of surprise that makes it special.
Right. It's that combination that creates the emotional response that ultimately links back to your brand.
I see. And when you surprise someone in this way, you're making them feel valued, right?
Right.
It's not just a transaction anymore. It's like you're saying, hey, we see you, we appreciate you.
Absolutely. And that feeling of being seen and valued, it fosters a much deeper, more emotional connection with your brand.
And that kind of connection is not something competitors can easily replicate.
Exactly. It's about building a genuine relationship based on positive emotions, something far more valuable than, just competing on price or features.
It's interesting how the article brings up the reciprocity principle here. That idea that when you give something unexpected, people feel this urge to return the kindness.
Oh, absolutely. The reciprocity principle is a powerful social norm. It's almost like it's built into our DNA to want to give back when we receive something unexpectedly good.
Right. And in the business world, this can manifest as, positive reviews, referrals, or just a stronger sense of loyalty to your brand.
Exactly. By offering that unexpected positive gesture, you're subtly triggering that desire to reciprocate, which can have these really tangible benefits for your bottom line.
It's amazing how a simple act of generosity can set off this chain reaction of positive outcomes.
It really is. And the article takes it a step further by talking about personalization. When those surprises feel tailored to the individual, it creates an even stronger sense of connection.
It's like you're saying, we get you, we know what you like.
Precisely. And that feeling of being understood, it makes the customer feel uniquely valued.
It goes beyond just a generic gesture.
Absolutely. Personalization shows you've been paying attention. You know their preferences, maybe their past interactions with your brand. And this fosters an even stronger sense of identity with your company.
They feel like they belong.
Exactly. They're not just customers, they're part of something special.
And let's be honest, most of our everyday interactions with brands, they're pretty forgettable. But a delightful surprise, that's a story people tell.
Right. It's those memorable moments that shape how people view your brand long after the initial experience. It's what keeps you top of mind when they're making future purchasing decisions.
You're not just a faceless company, you're the one who surprised them with that thoughtful gesture.
Exactly. The novelty combined with the positive emotion creates a lasting memory.
And those stories they share, they act as powerful social proof, boosting your brand's reputation organically.
It's like free advertising, but even better because it's coming from a trusted source.
So how does all of this translate into actually creating those brand advocates, the customers who go above and beyond to sing your praises?
The article talks about this advocacy spectrum, highlighting that customers who've been delighted are 6 times more likely to buy from you again.
6 times. That's a huge difference.
It is, and that's just the start. Those delighted customers are also more likely to become those active promoters who recommend you to their friends, family, and their entire social media network.
So investing in surprise and delight, it's not just a feel-good tactic. It has a real impact on your bottom line.
Exactly. You're transforming casual buyers into devoted fans who are actively spreading the word about your brand.
So who are these potential advocates? How do we spot them?
Well, the article points to some key indicators, like engagement on social media, positive reviews they've left, and even consistently opening your emails.
So they're already showing interest.
Exactly. These are the customers who are ripe for nurturing into those full-blown brand ambassadors.
Okay, so we need to be paying attention to those signals.
Absolutely. And then tailor your surprise and delight efforts to really resonate with them.
And the article mentions that delighted customers are 4 times more likely to refer you to others.
That's right. Word-of-mouth marketing is incredibly powerful, especially in the age of social media, where a single positive recommendation can reach thousands of potential customers.
It's like a ripple effect.
Exactly. And the beauty of it is that it's organic and authentic. People trust recommendations from their friends and family more than any advertisement.
It's like having an army of mini marketers out there singing your praises.
Precisely. And the article also highlights another benefit of having brand advocates. They're 5 times more likely to forgive a company mistake.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's like building a cushion of goodwill.
Exactly. Those positive experiences create this reservoir of trust that can help you weather those inevitable bumps in the road.
We all make mistakes.
Of course. But having advocates who are more understanding can be the difference between a minor hiccup and a PR disaster.
Now, the article dives into what makes a surprise and delight strategy successful. What are those key elements we should keep in mind?
Well, authenticity is crucial. Those surprises need to feel genuine and reflect your brand's values.
Right, it can't feel forced or gimmicky.
Exactly. Then there's personalization, tailoring the experience to each individual customer. The article points out that a whopping 83% of people expect personalized experiences these days.
Wow, so it's almost table stakes at this point.
It is. You need to show customers that you understand their needs and preferences.
And timing is important too, right?
Absolutely. You need to hit the right moment in the customer journey to maximize the impact of your surprise.
Like maybe right after they make their first purchase or if they've been a loyal customer for a year.
Precisely. It's about finding those moments where a little unexpected delight will really resonate.
The article also talks about value perception.
Right. It's not just about the cost of the surprise, but how the customer perceives its value. A small, thoughtful gesture can be more impactful than a generic discount.
Makes sense.
And scalar.
A scalability.
Hmm.
We need to be able to implement this in a way that makes sense for our business.
Absolutely. You need to find a balance between creating those wow moments and making sure your strategy is sustainable in the long run.
And, of course, the element of surprise needs to stay surprising.
Exactly. You don't want people to start expecting it or it loses its magic.
Okay, so for those of us in the e-commerce world,
Hmm.
what are some specific tactics we can use to create these moments of delight?
Well, the article has some great examples. You could include a little unexpected gift in their shipment.
Like a free sample or a handwritten thank you note?
Exactly. Or you could send a cheerful, personalized follow-up email that goes beyond just asking for a review.
Right, maybe offer them a discount on their next purchase or just thanks them for their business in a genuine way.
Precisely. You could also include thoughtful package inserts, maybe with a little story about your brand or a fun fact about the product they purchased.
It's all about making that unboxing experience special.
Exactly. And even small businesses can get in on the action.
Right, you don't need a huge budget to create a delightful surprise.
Absolutely. A handwritten note or a surprise discount can go a long way in making a customer feel valued.
The article backs this up with some great case studies, too.
Well, yeah, there are some really inspiring examples. Coca-Cola's Share a Coke campaign with those personalized bottles is a classic.
I remember that. It was so clever and really made people feel special.
And then there's Zappos, legendary for their customer service surprises, like upgrading shipping for no reason or sending unexpected little gifts.
I've heard stories about them going above and beyond for customers.
They really do. And then there's Qualtrics, known for granting wishes at their conferences.
Wow, that's amazing.
It is. And Chewy, the pet supply company, they send flowers to grieving pet owners.
Oh, that's so thoughtful.
It is. And it's those little touches that really make a difference.
And even Lego. They went viral for their heartwarming customer service responses.
It shows that any business, big or small, can create these moments of delight.
Okay, so we've implemented some of these tactics. How do we actually know if they're working?
The article highlights some key metrics to track, like engagement rates on social media, repeat purchases, and, of course, referral counts.
So we're looking for increase in those areas.
Exactly. It's also important to monitor social sentiment, what people are saying about your brand online.
And we should be tracking customer lifetime value to see if these efforts are leading to more loyal customers.
Precisely. It can be tricky to attribute every positive outcome directly to a surprise and delight initiative, but tracking trends and using unique codes for specific offers can help you gauge effectiveness.
Makes sense. And the article probably touches on some of the challenges and future trends in this space.
It does. Maintaining the element of surprise over time can be tricky.
Right, you don't want it to become predictable.
Exactly. And managing customer expectations is important too.
So set the bar high, but don't overpromise.
Exactly. And looking ahead, AI is going to play a big role in creating hyper-personalized surprises.
Oh, that's interesting. So even more tailored experiences.
Precisely. And there's a growing focus on sustainable and ethical surprises.
Makes sense. Customers care about those things.
Absolutely. And we might even see augmented and virtual reality being used to create those truly immersive and unforgettable experiences.
Wow, that would be something.
It would. So the future of surprise and delight is going to be even more personalized, more tech-driven, and more aligned with our values.
So this isn't just about random acts of kindness. It's a strategic approach grounded in psychology that can really move the needle for your e-commerce business.
Absolutely. By understanding why these unexpected positive moments resonate with your customers, you can create those lasting emotional connections that lead to brand loyalty and advocacy.
It's about making your customers feel seen, valued, and appreciated in a way they never expected.
Exactly. And that's what sets you apart in a crowded marketplace.
So for our listeners out there, think about those examples we discussed. The personalized touch, the unexpected gift, that moment of genuine care. What could that look like for your customers?
That's the key question. How can you weave surprise and delight into your own customer journey to create those magical moments that turn casual buyers into raving fans?
That's something for everyone to ponder. We hope this deep dive has given you some actionable insights and inspiration. Now, before we wrap up, a quick word from our sponsor. This podcast is powered by Growth Suite.
Growth Suite helps you run smart discount campaigns on your Shopify store. You can test it for free, so why not give it a try?
Head over to the Shopify App Store and start your free trial today. You won't regret it. And with that, we'll see you next time for another deep dive into the fascinating world of e-commerce psychology.